You can follow every financial rule, save consistently, invest early, work harder than everyone around you, and still feel like you're not getting ahead. Not stuck, but not free either. It's like you're moving, but the scoreboard never really changes. And after a while, a question starts to form: what am I doing wrong? The truth is, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just playing by rules in a game that runs on laws. And rules can be broken, ignored, bent. But laws don't care what you believe. They operate whether you understand them or not. And once you understand them, money starts to make sense. There's a simple system behind how money actually works. Three forces: momentum, structure, asymmetry. Momentum determines how fast money moves. Structure determines who controls it. Asymmetry determines how much you can gain compared to what you risk. Everything else is just noise. Law 1, money loves speed, wealth loves time. Let's start with the first law. Money loves speed, wealth loves time. At first that sounds contradictory, but it's not, because speed and time play two completely different roles. Speed is about action. You see an opportunity and you move. No hesitation, no delay, no overthinking. The faster you act, the faster money starts moving. But wealth is different. Wealth is built through time. It's what happens after the decision is made. Story, contrast. Imagine two people. One sees opportunities everywhere. He buys, fixes, sells, repeats, fast, aggressive, always moving. At the end of 5 years, he's made money, good money. Now imagine someone else. They buy once, then they wait. They let the asset grow, they let it compound. No constant movement, no flipping, just patience. At the end of the same 5 years, they don't just have money, they have wealth, because one was chasing speed and the other was using time. Here's where most people get confused. They think fast action should lead to fast results, but that's not how it works. Fast action creates opportunity. Time creates multiplication. And without time, nothing compounds. Reality check. This is why some of the biggest fortunes in history came from holding, not flipping, not chasing, holding. Because time is not just a factor, it's the partner, the silent force that turns small decisions into massive outcomes. But now that we understand time, a bigger question appears. If wealth grows over time, who actually benefits from that growth? And that leads us to the second law. Law 2, he who gives the money has the power. In any transaction, there are two sides, the one who needs money and the one who provides it. And the one who provides it controls everything, the terms, the structure, the upside, because money doesn't just buy things, it buys control. Most people think, if I build something valuable, I'll win. But that's only part of the picture, because builders create value, but buyers capture it. Think about it. If nobody buys, there is no market. If nobody invests, there is no growth. If nobody provides capital, nothing moves, which means the person who gives the money decides what happens next. And this is why the biggest players don't just build, they buy, then they build, again and again, because buying is leverage over opportunity and building is growth on top of that leverage. Difference in levels. Most people operate like this. They work, they earn, they save. Maybe they build something, but high-level players, they acquire, they expand, they control, because they understand something simple. Ownership beats effort. And once you control money, you start to see something else. The biggest players are not working harder. They're using better tools. And the most misunderstood tool of all is leverage. Law 3, leverage multiplies everything. Leverage is simple. It allows you to do more with less of your own resources, and more importantly, it multiplies outcomes, not just gains. Losses too. Imagine you buy something for $1 million. It grows by 10%. You make $100,000. Now imagine you only put in $200,000 and borrow the rest, same asset, same growth, but now your return is dramatically higher because you use leverage. This is not just real estate. This is everywhere. Businesses, investments, entire industries. Leverage is the engine behind massive growth. But here's what most people get wrong. They think leverage is dangerous, and it can be if used incorrectly. But when used properly, it becomes a force multiplier. It accelerates what's already working. Leverage is built on one thing: collateral, something of value, backing the risk, a house, a business, a stock. That's what makes it sustainable. So now, you understand three things. Speed gets you in the game. Time builds the outcome. And leverage multiplies it. But none of that matters if you don't understand what actually makes you free, because money alone doesn't create freedom. That comes next. Most people think income is the goal. More money coming in means more success. But that belief is exactly what keeps people stuck, because income keeps you alive, but it doesn't make you free. Law 4, cash flow versus equity. Cash flow is survival. It pays your bills, your lifestyle, your daily needs. It keeps everything running. But equity is different. Equity is ownership. It's what grows, even when you're not working. Cash flow is present. Equity is future. Cash flow is consumed. Equity compounds. And this is where most people get trapped. They chase income and call it wealth. To reality shift. But real wealth is built through ownership. Owning something that grows, a business, a piece of a business, an asset. Because without ownership, there is no compounding. Transition risk. Now we move to something even more misunderstood. Risk. Law 5, risk and reward are not linear. Most people think risk works like this. You risk more, you gain more. Simple. But reality is not linear. It's asymmetric. Imagine 5 investments, all equal. Some fail, some break even, but one explodes. And that one covers everything. And then some. That's asymmetry. The goal is not to win every time. The goal is to win big when you do win, while protecting yourself when you lose. But this leads to a dangerous mistake. People hear big upside and go all in, which brings us to the next law. Sibrin Law 6, don't bet the empire. Never risk everything for one opportunity, no matter how good it looks, because survival is the real game. One decision, one bad bet can erase years of progress, not because the opportunity was bad, but because the size was wrong. It's not just about what you invest in, it's about how much. Risk management. Great investors don't chase higher returns. They reduce risk while keeping returns strong, because longevity beats intensity. Final law. And once you understand risk, there's one final piece. Law 7. Diversification is a hedge against ignorance. You've probably heard diversify everything, spread your money, reduce risk, but that's incomplete, because diversification is protection when you don't understand something. There are 2 factors: understanding and control. If you understand something deeply and you control it, you concentrate. If you don't, you diversify. The best players don't spread blindly. They focus where they have advantage and hedge where they don't. Final system, 5 questions. So before any decision, ask, can this grow over time? Who controls it? What happens if it fails? Is the upside worth it? Do I truly understand it? Because money is not random. It follows patterns, structures, laws, and once you see them, everything changes. You stop guessing, you stop chasing, and you start moving with clarity because in the end, money doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards understanding.